Okay, rather than do these by hand or individually, I guess, I'm going to use the TI to make quicker work of this. So I know I want the relative frequencies, which means I have to divide each of these frequencies into the total number of frequencies in order to get these relative frequencies. So I'll start by adding these 5, 12, 14, 4, and 1. That equals 36. So I know that the frequency for the first class is going to be 5 divided by 36. So that's in decimal form. If I multiply that times 100, it's 13.8889, which I'm going to go to the third decimal place because they're asking for 2. So I'm going to go to the third, and if it's 5 or greater, I'm going to increase this by 1. So that's 1389. So you can see it's close, but not quite. So you could do this for all of these frequencies, or you could let the calculator take care of that by using a function that I can see that plot is on, which is why we have a histogram over here. I want to make sure I turn that off before I put in my function. Now if I renew that, you can see that's gone. So this function, what I'm going to do is say take the frequency that I give you, which I'll call x, and divide it by 36. Alright, and then I'm going to look at them in the table, but here you can see that this is listing all the integers. I don't want to do that because then I'll have to fish around for these guys or scroll around for those. So I'm going to go into my table set by hitting second and window. I'm going to change this independent variable to ask. All right, so now I can ask it to find me 5 divided by 36. And there it is there. Let me leave this so you can see it right here in the table. Then I'll do the rest of them. 12, 14, 4, and 1. So here I have the relative frequencies in decimal form. Right? So you have to move that decimal over 2 spots and then use the percentage symbol at the end. But that will make this a lot easier than doing each one by hand. Remember the rounding, like this one should have been rounded up because it's 0 to 0.78. So the calculator can round that if you're not good at rounding, or you could. Another thing that you should check for when you do these relative frequencies can help you know whether or not you've done it correctly. If you add all of these percentages or relative frequencies, they should add up to 100%. And this is missing 3%. These should always be 100%, add up to 100%. Sometimes you actually have to fudge the numbers because these numbers don't lend themselves to good percentages to 2 decimal places. But in this case, if you just do it the way that that the calculator gives it to you, if I have 0.1389 and 0.3333 plus 0.3889 plus 0.1111 plus 0.0278, they add up to 1. Alright, so I'm more confident in these numbers than in these numbers. All right, so I hope that helps.